Welcome back to another episode of RPG PhD. I'm Dr. Ben, and today we are embarking on part 5 of our Ultimate Campaign Idea Guide aimed at exploring campaign concepts that will help you elevate the storytelling of your games. For those of you that might have missed parts 1 through 4, feel free to catch up through our previous episodes here. As before, we're continuing our journey with George Pulte's The 36 Dramatic Situations as our framework. So far in the series, we have examined the first 16 of those 36 situations. Today we look at the next 4, so let's get started. Fatal Imprudence. Fatal Imprudence is a cautionary tale of curiosity and recklessness leading to disaster. From the tragic consequences of a forbidden exploration to the loss of a loved one due to careless actions, this situation examines the limits of human curiosity and the price of ignorance. It's an excellent scenario for campaigns that emphasize exploration and mystery, pushing players to weigh their decisions, risks, and rewards carefully. Fatal Imprudence explores narratives rooted in careless actions or decisions that lead to tragic or disastrous consequences. In tabletop role-playing games, it provides a fertile ground for stories of caution, redemption, and the intricate dance between fate and free will. This scenario invites players into a world where every choice matters and the repercussions of their actions ripple through their lives and the world around them. Let's look at some examples. The Forbidden Knowledge. In their thirst for forbidden knowledge, a character convinces their group to explore an ancient sealed library. Their imprudence unleashes a dormant curse or awakens a slumbering entity that threatens the land. The players must then seek a way to contain the havoc they've inadvertently caused, facing challenges that test their resolve and force them to confront the consequences of their curiosity. The Misjudged Alliance. A decision to ally with a seemingly benevolent figure or faction made hastily or without due diligence backfires when their true malevolent intentions are revealed. This betrayal not only places the players in immediate danger, but also casts them as pariahs, having unwittingly aided in a nefarious scheme. The narrative then focuses on their efforts to right the wrongs caused by their imprudent alliance, battling both their former ally and the mistrust of those they seek to protect. The Ill-Fated Shortcut. Choosing to take a dangerous shortcut or tamper with volatile magic to save time or achieve a goal more quickly, the players trigger a disaster. This could manifest as a natural calamity they must now stop, a tear in the fabric of reality they must mend, or an unleashed horror they must banish. This scenario emphasizes the perils of cutting corners and the importance of considering the broader implications of one's actions. The Accidental Desecration. While exploring ancient ruins or sacred grounds, an act of carelessness by one of the players desecrates a sacred site, invoking the wrath of a deity or cursing the party. The players are then thrust into a quest for atonement, seeking to appease the offended power and lift the curse, all while dealing with the guilt of their imprudent actions. The Stolen Relics Curse. A player, driven by greed or the promise of power, steals a relic from a seemingly undefended shrine. Their imprudence is swiftly punished as the relic's curse takes effect, endangering not just the thief but their companions and innocent bystanders. The group must then navigate the moral and physical dangers of returning the relic, breaking the curse, or finding redemption for their folly. The Toxic Brew. In an attempt to create a powerful potion or antidote, a player's imprudence leads to the creation of a toxic substance that spreads a plague, poisons the land, or transforms the inhabitants of a village into monstrous forms. The narrative follows the player's desperate search for a cure or solution to the catastrophe their carelessness has wrought, challenging them to face the victims of their mistake and rectify the damage done. Each instance of fatal imprudence serves as a narrative reminder of the weight of decisions and the unintended consequences that can follow seemingly minor or rash actions. Through these stories, game masters can guide players through emotionally charged adventures that test their wisdom, encourage introspection, and ultimately offer a chance for growth, forgiveness, and the understanding that some lessons come with a high price. Involuntary Crimes of Love. In involuntary crimes of love, forbidden desires lead to shocking revelations. Whether it's the discovery of a lover's true identity as a close relative or a relationship manipulated by external forces, these stories delve into the complexities of love and taboo. This dramatic situation can transform a campaign into an epic tragedy or a complex tale in love and identity, offering players a chance to explore themes of fate, forbidden love, and the consequences of their actions. Involuntary Crimes of Love explores the tragic and often unintended consequences that arise from forbidden or taboo love affairs. Within the context of tabletop role playing games, it opens a narrative pathway steeped in drama, secrecy, and moral complexity, offering players a profound exploration of love's darker, unseen repercussions. Let's look at some examples. The Forbidden Love Revealed. Characters unknowingly enter a romantic relationship that society deems forbidden, such as between members of feuding families or different societal standings that forbid their union. The revelation of their relationship sets off a chain of events leading to exile, conflict, or even the sparking of a war. This scenario forces players to navigate the consequences of their relationship, challenging societal norms, and perhaps seeking a way to legitimize or hide their love. The Accidental Curse. In a fantasy setting, a character's love interest is cursed, and in attempts to free them, the character unknowingly worsens the curse, affecting not just their beloved, but the land or community around them. Players must then seek a rare remedy, facing trials that test the strength of their love and their willingness to sacrifice for redemption. The Unknowing Betrayal. A character falls in love with someone who is, unbeknownst to them, the enemy of their family, clan, or organization. Their love leads them to commit acts that are seen as betrayals of their loyalties. When the truth comes out, players must deal with the fallout among their allies and possibly work to prevent further damage or mend broken ties, all while grappling with the personal betrayal of their own heart. The Love Potion Mishap. Seeking to win the affection of someone, a character, or the group obtains a love potion that accidentally affects the wrong person, leading to unintended and possibly hazardous affections, or maybe even comedic, that disrupt the social order or offend a powerful entity. The players must then find a way to reverse the potion's effects without causing harm to those involved, exploring themes of consent, the ethics of magical influence, and the true meaning of love. The Ill-Fated Transformation. In an attempt to overcome an obstacle to their love, such as a curse or physical barrier, one character undergoes a magical transformation with unforeseen consequences. Whether turning into a beast, the opposite sex, or losing their memories, the transformation challenges the couple's love in unexpected ways, forcing players to confront what it truly means to love someone and how to navigate a relationship when the foundation has shifted. The Secret Affairs Child. A secret affair between characters results in a child whose existence threatens to unravel political alliances, disgrace families, or even lead to war. The players must protect the child, decide how to reveal the truth, or find a safe place for the child, away from those who would harm them for political gain. Again, exploring themes of responsibility, the innocence of children in the games of adults, and the lengths one will go to protect love's unintended consequences. Each scenario with Involuntary Crimes of Love offers a rich tapestry for storytelling, inviting players to engage with the complexities of love that defies boundaries, the heavy costs of such defiance, and the unpredictable ways love can shape the world. Through these narratives, game masters can weave tales that challenge players' perceptions of love, loyalty, and the sacrifices they are willing to make in the name of the heart. Slaying of a Kinsman Unrecognized. This heart-wrenching scenario where a character unknowingly harms a loved one adds layers of tragedy and irony to your campaign. Whether it's a hero on the brink of killing their unrecognized child or a family torn apart by unintended violence, these stories challenge players to face the unintended consequences of their actions. Ideal for campaigns rich in mystery and family secrets, it encourages deep role-playing and emotional engagement. Slaying of a Kinsman Unrecognized delves into the tragic consequences of actions taken in ignorance, leading to the accidental harm or death of a family member. This scenario, ripe with dramatic irony and emotional depth, provides a poignant backdrop for tabletop role-playing games, challenging players to confront the ramifications of their actions and explore themes of forgiveness, guilt, and reconciliation. Let's look at some examples. The Mistaken Duel. In a world of honor and swords, two characters are drawn into a duel over a misunderstanding or manipulated into conflict by a third party. Only after the fatal blow is struck do they realize their opponent was a long-lost sibling hidden under the guise of a false identity. This scenario forces players to deal with the immediate emotional fallout, the quest for truth behind the deception, and the pursuit of vengeance or justice against those who orchestrated their tragedy. The ambush gone wrong. Players seeking revenge or tasked with eliminating a perceived threat to their homeland set an ambush. The plan succeeds, but in the aftermath they discover one of their victims was a kinsman working undercover or coerced into the enemy ranks. The narrative then explores the player's journey to uncover the truth, make amends, and possibly honor the memory of their fallen kin by completing their unfinished mission. The forbidden magic. In an attempt to harness powerful magic to protect their family or kingdom, a character inadvertently unleashes a spell or curse that strikes down a kinsman who was secretly approaching to reconcile or warn them of a greater threat. The players must then seek a way to reverse the curse, contend with their overwhelming guilt, and ultimately confront the dangers that their kinsman died trying to avert. The Guardian's Folly. Charged with protecting a valuable artifact or secret, the players are led to believe an intruder seeks to steal their charge. In defending it, they kill the intruder, only to discover it was a family member acting under similar orders or coming to aid them against an impending threat. This narrative examines the weight of duty, the cost of secrets, and the path to healing after such a profound betrayal. The Hunter's Tragedy. While hunting a dangerous beast terrorizing their lands, the players kill the creature, only to learn it was a kinsman transformed by a curse or dark magic. The quest becomes one of seeking redemption, understanding the nature of the curse, and preventing such a fate from befalling others, delving into the themes of what it means to be human and the capacity for forgiveness. The Price of War. In the chaos of a battlefield, a character slays an enemy warrior in a valiant struggle, later discovering the warrior was a kinsman fighting under a forced banner or in disguise to avoid recognition. The players must navigate the aftermath of war, the personal grief of their unintended betrayal, and the complex emotions of honoring a kinsman who died as an enemy, highlighting the personal tolls of war and the search for peace in its wake. Each instance of slaying a kinsman unrecognized offers a heart-wrenching narrative opportunity, compelling players to grapple with the unintended consequences of their actions, the fragility of life, and the complex tapestry of familial bonds tested by fate and misunderstandings. Through these stories, game masters can foster deep emotional engagement and introspection, challenging players to find meaning, redemption, and perhaps forgiveness in the aftermath of tragedy. Self-sacrifice for an ideal. Self-sacrifice for an ideal explores the noblest acts of giving up something precious, life, love, or honor, for a cause greater than oneself. Whether it's a hero laying down their life for their faith or sacrificing personal happiness for the greater good, these narratives inspire players to consider what they hold most dear and how far they're willing to go for their beliefs. It's a powerful tool for campaigns that seek to test characters' convictions and inspire heroic deeds. Self-sacrifice for an ideal provides a powerful narrative foundation for tabletop role-playing games that explore the depths of conviction, the sacrifices made for higher causes, and the personal costs of unwavering dedication to an ideal. This scenario invites players into stories of heroism, martyrdom, and the eternal struggle between personal desires and the greater good. Let's look at some examples. The Martyr's Path. A character is compelled to sacrifice their life for a cause they believe in, such as freedom from tyranny, the propagation of their faith, or the protection of an innocent. The players must navigate the lead up to this ultimate sacrifice, struggling with external opposition and internal doubts, rallying allies to their cause, and ensuring their sacrifice will not be in vain. This narrative explores themes of legacy, the power of belief, and the impact of one individual's convictions on the world. The Guardian's Last Stand. To prevent a calamity or the success of a dark ritual, a character must hold back an overwhelming force at the cost of their own life, allowing others the time needed to escape or complete a mission. This scenario delves into the heroism inherent in self-sacrifice, the emotional farewells with comrades, and the strategic planning of a last stand that will be remembered through the ages. The Forbidden Knowledge. A character discovers a dangerous truth or forbidden knowledge that threatens the fabric of society or the stability of the realm. Choosing to destroy this knowledge or seal it away forever requires a sacrifice they are willing to make, erasing their own memories or enduring exile or death to keep others safe. This narrative examines the burden of knowledge, the loneliness of secrets, and the willingness to disappear into obscurity for the greater good. The Peacekeeper's Oath. In a land torn by war, a character dedicates themselves to brokering peace, a path that leads them into the heart of enemy territory, unarmed and vulnerable. Their mission of peace comes with the high risk of execution or imprisonment, yet their ideal of ending the conflict and saving lives drives them forward. This scenario explores the courage to face hostility with peace, the complexities of negotiation, and the impact of empathy and understanding in resolving deep-seated enmity. The Healer's Sacrifice. To cure a devastating plague or lift a curse afflicting the land, a character learns that the only cure requires their own life essence or magical energy, leaving them weakened or dead. The decision to proceed, knowing the personal cost, highlights themes of altruism, the value of life, and the healer's dedication to their oath to do no harm and save others, even at the expense of themselves. The Protector's Dilemma. Tasked with protecting a powerful artifact or individual that can either bring salvation or destruction, a character chooses to sacrifice their freedom, living in isolation or confinement to prevent the artifact's misuse or the individual's assassination. This narrative probes the isolation of duty, the strength found in solitude, and the protector's unwavering vigilance to guard against threats unseen by the rest of the world. Each self-sacrifice for an ideal scenario offers a poignant look into the essence of heroism, challenging players to confront their characters' deepest beliefs and the lengths they are willing to go to uphold them. Through these narratives, game masters can weave tales of profound sacrifice, exploring the indelible marks left on the world by those who dared to put their ideals above their own. In delving into these dramatic scenarios, we've opened up fresh avenues for enhancing emotional depth, moral complexity, and the vibrancy of storytelling in our RPG campaigns. Every scenario offers a unique vantage point for examining our characters and the worlds they inhabit, challenging us to broaden the scope of our creative expression both as storytellers and explorers. Moving forward with this series, I invite you to incorporate these scenarios into your upcoming campaigns and share your narratives in the comments section below. If you found this episode beneficial, kindly like, share, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Stay tuned for our next episode where we will continue our series and go into some more of these dramatic scenarios that hopefully can elevate your role-playing experiences. Thanks for watching. See you next time.